So I started diving when I was 16 years old and became an instructor. I've been an instructor for 23 years now and a rebreather instructor for 17 years. The best part about diving rebreathers is that it's silent and the interaction with marine life is completely different from open circuit diving, where the bubbles are so noisy to the marine life that they just want to scatter. With rebreathers, you become part of their environment and they become very curious and come right up to you and they want to find out who you are and what you are. So it becomes a completely different immersive experience. Well, back in the old days when I first started teaching, it was a pretty grizzled lot of technical divers, cave divers, people who had been there, done that, and just wanted the rebreather as a tool to extend the range of their diving. And in the past 10 years, what we've seen is that rebreathers have really come into their own, and we're seeing a lot more people, especially people who are interested in videography and photography, people who want that immersive experience with rebreathers, come in and want to be trained up on a rebreather. One of the considerations with open circuit scuba is, of course, you have a very limited supply of breathing gas. With closed circuit rebreathers, it's, for all intents and purposes, unlimited. You could have 4 or 5 hours of available breathing gas, so your real consideration is more thermal. Am I going to get too cold to finish this dive? The manufacturing process on the Hollis Prism 2 is every part is mass manufactured, which means that one part is exactly the same as the next 1,000 parts coming out of the machine. So what you have is you have consistency in design, you have consistency in parts, which means when you're putting your rebreather together, everything is going to work the same way every single time. You're not going to have problems with heat or humidity or parts growing or shrinking or any type of those quality problems you can get when you have one-off type rebreathers. Your standard regimen for training is threefold. Number one, you start out with your book learning, and that you do on your own. Then you move into your classroom setting where you're going to spend time with hands-on with the rebreather. From there you go into a pool setting where you learn the specific skills required to be in the water with the rebreather. From there you're taking those skills and moving them into an open water setting, and you're there generally for 3 to 5 days. What I generally tell people who come up to me and say, well, what about rebreathers? Is that something you think that would fit into my diving life? And what I tell them is generally, if you're already an open circuit diver, you're about 90% there. The only thing you're missing is the fact that you can pretty much do whatever you want on a rebreather underwater that you may not have the time to do underwater open circuit.